In this video, I'm going to show you my brand new home bow shop. This is a shed that I've converted into a bow workshop, a studio, and an editing area. So check it out. This is a 20 by 14 portable building, and we had this thing delivered to the house, stuck it in the yard, and this has been a project of mine over the last year or so. Getting it finished out on the inside, getting it set up as primarily three things. One, a bow shop slash place to work on our bows. So having a place to set up the press and the bow vise and all of the tools and string materials and arrow building materials that we need, having that all available and ready to go. The second purpose of this was an office and a place to edit, right? So wanted to have a place that was nice and quiet where I could edit these videos and work on a lot of this content, just generally get work done. That's really it. Third man cave, maybe? But we're getting to the point where this is getting very, very close to being done. There's a little bit of trim work that I have to do still on the windows and around the door here. But we've got, obviously we've got electric out here. We have walls and insulation in. We have lighting up in the ceilings. There's gonna be one more addition to this main area that I'll show you here in a second. So right now the setup is we've got the big Husky 72-inch mobile workbench. This thing is awesome. Awesome. So not only is this going to give me a space to work, serve as kind of center point for this part of the working area, but there is so much storage in this thing, and it's so nice to keep organized. So like in this main top drawer here, I've got a lot of stuff I'm using right off the bat. Glue, fletchings, stuff for arrow builds, tools, things like, our scales, all of this stuff is just readily available. But there's just so much room in this thing, right? I've got drawers full of tools and components, and everything that we really need is just so easy to get to now. What I didn't expect was also to be able to store hunting gear in this thing, right? So it has these big drawers down in the bottom, and these have become perfect for, I've got my entire go bag from a hunt perspective with my saddle gear. I've got my one stick, everything all built in here. This is so nice. This has taken what used to be kind of a pile in the corner of gear to a nice organized place. So this is going to be so awesome. Such a good place to film videos, such a good place to build out bows and work on our equipment. Very, very excited. Obviously, the second piece of this is going to serve as the studio. So as you're watching this video, let me know the audio, the lighting. We're going to have to work on getting some specific lighting set up maybe and make sure the film is looking awesome in here. But work in progress, we'll keep going through it. So we then kind of cornered this with another one of these Husky tables. Husky got all of my business for this build. So just another 72-inch work table over here on the side. Again, this is primarily probably going to be the arrow build station. Right now I've got the arrow saw here. This is where we'll do fletching, we'll do arrows, everything here. And likely this will be more bow build sort of stuff, string building, etc. Still got to figure out the exact place everything's going to go. But the reason that right now my press and my vise and some of this big equipment is not yet mounted is because there's one more table or work area that's being built right now that's going to be coming in. So we're putting in a island workbench kind of right in this area here. So there will be room for a gap kind of around in this area, but right in front of me here, there's going to be a nice solid big island. I'm thinking that's where primarily the vise and the press and all of kind of the stuff that I'll be working on camera will be right there, right in front of you. It'll make it really easy for me to film because we've got area for the cameras to set over there. Again, super excited to show this to you guys as it comes together. This has been a long time coming. This started as a completely unfinished outbuilding. You know, we started simple when we did insulation and we did floor. We put drywall in, you know, all of the electric. We did, I ended up doing portable heat and air, so got a Toshiba unit over there. Does a great job with the insulation in here. Even in this hot Texas weather, it stays perfect in here. I can keep it about 70 degrees. So really, really nice. So excited again to start making and putting together more and more content for you guys. As I started this channel and as I was doing some of the bow build work, we were in the process of moving, and I really didn't have a workshop or a space where I could dive in and have somewhere to really work on this stuff. So you may have noticed that as I was creating these videos, I was usually standing out in the yard. You know, I've mounted my press to a picnic table for one video. I'm sitting outside doing arrow builds, and it worked out. But hey, I mean, it's windy, and a lot of times I had stuff blowing around. So this is going to be super nice. I'll still be doing a lot of the outdoor shooting videos, a lot of the event videos, working on self-filmed hunts. That is one of the hardest things I've ever tried to do. We got some clips of the last hog hunt, but I need to get better at the GoPro on the head thing. See, so we've got the GoPro here. I'm going to be sticking that on the head mount, seeing if that'll help me catch some of these hunts live. Or I'm just going to have to figure out how to get a cameraman or have one of my boys start to do it. So anyways, this is going to be the new spot. You'll see a lot of videos from this location. Again, any feedback on the way that this sounds, the way that the lighting looks, etc., let me know. I'll continue to add little pieces to this studio setup so we can get better, and we'll go from there. So some updates on the schedule and what we have planned for this year from an archery and from a hunting perspective. We'll be bringing the cameras along with us for all of these events, so I'm so excited to bring you guys along as we continue to build out this channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. So those of you that have watched some of my other videos know that we moved to Texas a little over a year ago. We are absolutely loving it. The one beautiful thing about Texas is you can hunt year round. Honestly, chasing those feral hogs, especially spot and stalk, is an absolute blast and a perfect way to practice for your hunting season. If you have an opportunity, if you're in a state where there is no limit on these feral hogs, get out there with your bow and start chasing them. It is a whole lot of fun. So we will continue to do a lot of that. We've got a bunch of areas just right around here where we're chasing these things, and we're getting a lot of close encounters. We've brought a couple in, so you guys have probably seen the videos on those. Maybe it feels like YouTube might be kind of censoring those. I'll post a video about shooting a target and I'll get a decent amount of views, and I post a video about shooting a hog and it's like nothing. So I don't know if YouTube is censoring that or something, but either way, we're gonna keep filming that stuff, keep putting that online and letting it rip. So as far as this year, so we've got a couple of different things going on. One, we absolutely love shooting the Total Archery Challenges. Got one of my older shirts on here from those. We will be at 2 TACs this year, maybe 3. So we're absolutely going to be at the San Antonio TAC in April. My wife and I and my 2 boys, we're going to be shooting it as a whole family event. That's going to be an absolute blast. End of May, June, we're going to be heading up to Pennsylvania for the PA TAC. That is a hike for us coming out of Austin, Texas area, but so worth it. That Pennsylvania TAC is absolutely awesome. Honestly, really lucky that we got in this year. I mean, it was one of the craziest kind of registrations that we've seen. It's super difficult to get in. One of those situations where, you know, you're waiting there right at the top of the hour when it opens up, click the button. I think it was like 500th in line or something, but fortunately was able to get, you know, each of the days. We'll be there for a full 4 days, shooting, filming, having a blast. So really looking forward to that. The other piece from a TAC perspective is we may try to hit Montana. We're waiting to see when those dates open up and when the registrations open up. But if we do that, last year we did a Western TAC in Utah. Had a lot of fun out there, just trying to hit some of those other Western TACs as well. I've got a buddy on the East Coast that comes out, and we will kind of meet there and make that happen. So lots of TAC videos to come as we prep, as we start building up the bow, working on the arrow setup for TAC season. I'll film all that for you guys, and you'll see kind of how we're setting that up and getting ready for Total Archery Challenge. On the hunting side of the house, A bunch of stuff going on there. So we're constantly, at least once a week, we're out in the woods looking for really two things. So my 11-year-old son is also a bow hunter, up and comer, and he loves hunting cottontail rabbits. In Texas, it's open season for those things. You can archery hunt them year round, and so he's been doing an exceptional job. We'll go out there and he's bringing home rabbits for dinner with his bow. As we're doing those hunts, sometimes at the same time, sometimes separately, I'm also doing a lot of hunting for those feral hogs. So the area where we do a lot of this rabbit hunting has a big infestation of these hogs, just trails and tunnels, and these things are everywhere. And it's thick, it's really difficult to get to them. But if you can get in at the right time, and if you can get in upwind of these things, you can get a shot off. And we've had success a couple of times now. We've actually got a couple of these big hog skulls that are gonna go up here on the wall once I finish getting them cleaned up. Right now it's the natural way. They're in the back of the pasture, letting the vultures and the coyotes pick on them until they get mostly clean. But so we're gonna, from a hunting perspective, we're gonna be hog hunting all year. Hope to bring you more videos around that. On top of the hog hunting, so we're looking for deer hunting areas right now. Starting to do some scouting, gonna be getting some cameras out. There's a bunch of lakes and properties that we're looking to hunt within an hour of our area. Some of that's gonna require, camping, setting up, staying for a few days, etc. But we're working on that scouting in those spots right now. A big change this year for me, and based on a lot of the comments from you guys kind of pushed me over the edge, is I will be running a saddle and going fully mobile this year, especially with the type of hunting I'm doing. I like to be able to bring in some equipment on my back, spot and stalk, get in, get out, and if I want to get up in a tree and hang out for a while, I can. It's a learning experience. So I have gone the saddle route. There will be a full video on this whole saddle setup now, but at a high level, what we got here is I went one stick. So this is that Eastern Woods Outdoors one stick. I did a 15-inch two-step aider, pack and play. Have done about 10 climbs in this so far. 4 of them being actual hunts, and still a little uncomfortable, but doing it slowly, doing it safely, really getting used to this. What I love about it is, it's just so light, and you can take this thing, throw it on your back, and get as high as you want in a tree, right? Once you get used to the way that you have to climb, leveraging the saddle, leveraging your climbing ropes, etc., you get up there, and it's not much to just, set into your saddle, hang, and shift this thing up above you. There's countless videos on how to do this one stick climbing and a lot of different ways to do it. I'm trying to take as much as I can from all of those, put it together into my own system, do it safely. And so again, this is gonna allow me to be mobile and get up into the tree with that saddle. So super excited about that. That's gonna help from the deer perspective because I can scout into areas around some of these lakes, know where I'm gonna go, but not have to be locked into a specific tree, right? I was running a lone wolf sit and climb climber for the past few years. That was great too, but honestly, it was just a little bit big, a little bit heavy, and when I would pack that sucker in, you felt it, right? I can walk around all day with my backpack. I'm running the Sitka tool bucket with that, I've got some gear in the pack itself, got my one stick on the outside. I can stick my saddle in the bag, or I can just wear the saddle in. Both works great, and it really lets me get out there, and it works well. So the other big breaking news from a hunting perspective, so again, hogs are not gonna stop. We're gonna keep hunting with the rabbits with my kiddo, and then we're gonna be doing some deer hunting in Texas this year. But I was just invited, and we just booked a trip to Ontario to do a moose hunt in October. So October 6th to the 14th, we're gonna be up in Ontario. I am going to drive from Texas. It's gonna be about a 25-hour drive, but we are gonna head up there. We are gonna be hunting for 8 days on a lake up there in Ontario, and hopefully we're gonna make it happen. I'm so excited. Potentially get my hands on an archery moose. I'm gonna film every minute of it. I'll have another hunter there that'll be able to help film. We'll both film together, so you'll see some of his action as well. And it's gonna be so absolute blast, right? We're so excited to get out there and see what we can do. This will be the first Canada hunt that I've done, and just can't wait to get up there and experience it and then to share it with all of you. So really exciting year with getting the studio and the shop set up, all of the hunting that we have planned and the tack schedule that we have planned. I am so excited to share this with you and continue to grow this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.